My name is Duncan Alderdice, and I am making these videos to document the journey I take as I become who I am. Okay. Wait, my name is Duncan Alderdice, and the reason I'm making these videos to document the journey I take in becoming who I am, or as I become who I am. Anyways, today's Friday. Great day today. Another one of those, well, it's another one of those low dials, but turns out well kind of days. Only 67 dials, yet 2 booked demos. One of the booked demos came during the power hour between 1 and 2. It felt like a good one. It was like perfect timing. He had no minimums. Like every box in terms of the qualification for someone we could really help out, he ticked. So that was fantastic. In the morning, because the sales manager asked me to create a Google sheet to better track the demos that both junior account executives have been booking for ourselves, because the CRM we are using is proving to not be nearly as reliable as just me manually writing them down like consistently. But then so that's just there. But then so I added graphs because we're also looking at the new lead source method and would like to get something like I thought it would be useful to have data which showed like, okay, well, if we look at the amount of demos that we have booked, 50% of them are coming from this marketing effort, which seems to be the case, then investing more money into this type of marketing effort seems worthwhile rather than the remaining 50% coming from a bunch of different channels. It just, like, that's useful information. So spent the morning doing that, so then didn't have the dials coming in from the morning. But then in the afternoon, hit the phones hard. Spent part of the day editing a video, which I've uploaded. Always great to hear advice from myself in the future and it being relevant, and seeing my own development, I guess. Or I think it's interesting to passively look into the past of what it is that I was thinking, because I remember the thoughts and feelings I had from just my facial expressions and the things that I'm saying. And then in the sales, at the end of the day, the debrief, I got an inbound call from a guy who was calling me back. I gave him the rough pitch for these ones. What I'm specifically saying is because the email that is being sent is it's very vague, so it's not demonstrating that this person has intent or actually fits the client profile. So I want to approach it kind of being as much a, man, look, I have no fucking idea whether or not we actually can help you. Like, it's a cold call, but I'm not trying to convince you of a problem that you don't have. But so I'll go okay, well, we both work for a company called Planswell, and there's 2 types of profiles that we really help out. That's a financial advisor or a life insurance agent who focuses a lot on IULs and annuities. Do either of those apply to you? And then he said that the insurance one did, that he didn't have time then, but would be interested in learning more, booking an appointment. So we did that, got it on the calendar, fun. So that was nice. And it also was just sweet because I thought the end of the day was just going to be a 1 book demo day with less than 100 dials, but turns out it's going to be a 2 book demo day. I did the math to see how many dials I need to keep up with an average in order to keep the 100 plus dial average over the course of the time as being a junior account executive, because that's the post that I would like to make. I'd like to be able to say I made for 5 months 100 plus dials a day, working as that. So that would be cool. Team's great. Did my push-ups today, so that's fun. What else can I talk about? Saw the commissions came in for the month of, or were officially posted for the month of November, and official tally is 15. I thought it was going to be 17 and then 16, but wait, why did I think 16 was right? Oh, but because then there was one that the manager said was going to count, but then didn't count in the end. It was just I'm not blaming him at all. It just was a quick Slack message, and then when they actually review it, going I don't know if we can count it. But still above quota, which is 13. So I'm happy with that. That is September, October, November, all either hitting or surpassing quota. And 2 days there have been 9 which have shown in the month of December, 5 of which luckily are coming from demos that were booked in November. But I'm only 4 away and have a week and just 1 more week? 1 week. Oh no, a week, so 8 days to book, as well as currently 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 demos that have been booked but not held because they're still in the future. So the likelihood that I can have 4 months in a row exceeding quota is possible, and that makes me feel good, because then I have an undeniable stack of proof that I can book demos for myself. And now it's the concept of getting a different job and having to book demos appointments for myself, I now believe that I can do. Not that I'm planning on leaving or anything like that. It just is more, now that I have that skill in my tool belt, and by in my tool belt, it more means I have faith in my own abilities, that I can do it and confidently pick up the phone, talk to somebody, figure out, I think just the sequence is I need to know exactly who it is that we help most, what questions to ask in order to figure out whether or not they're that people, what symptoms that is. And then from there, I just have to make the phone calls, get them to stay on the phone, that's the opener, and then have a conversation. But it's simple. If they pick up the phone, get permission to talk, if they say yes, ask them the questions. If the questions match, then book another time. It's as simple as that. It doesn't need to be more complicated than that. And I think actually that's a useful thing that I've just not come up with, just discovered, just uncovered, whatever the fucking, if I can explain that to somebody else, then the uncertainty and fear that comes with cold calling might disappear slightly. And I think it really boils down to knowing exactly who it is that you're trying to reach, rather than just trying to reach anybody who picks up the phone, because that's where you run into issues. Because most, if you adopt and accept the belief that most people don't want the thing that you have to offer, then there's less reluctance, because when people say no, it's not a surprise, because it's that was what I expected. Nobody really wants what we have. Well, not nobody really wants, but most people don't want what we have. But the people who do want what we have need what we have. And then so that it just is. I'm feeling great. Gonna do me tonight. Yeah, it's a cool, fun time. I'll talk to you later.